Hi guys, welcome back to another reaction video and thoughts here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 13 of season 2 of Vinland Saga, but before starting this video, as always, I wanted to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me, yes exactly, and feel free to join me into this awesome masterpiece called Vinland Saga. Okay, in the previous episode we saw that Knuto is ready to attack Ketil and his land, his farm. In the meantime, Leif is coming to find Thorfinn. Let's see what happens. Are you ready to join me with these? Check it out, I can see some dark clouds coming. Stay tuned. That's the farm. Oh no, they reached it already. Dark clouds, like I said before in the intro. Oh no, they arrived. Tell me this is a nightmare and this is not true. No, please. But that's someone who was chained. No, come on, this is not the farm of Ketil. Who's that? I can't see his face clearly. Maybe it's because of the light. This is the person at the beginning of episode 1, because I remember that painting. I think it's too late. Oh. Oh no. He's going to kill him. No way. But tell us the context. I mean, where are we? When it's happening, all this? Get to her. Are we talking about Hardhead? That's the only woman that I know that she's a slave. Okay, so it's definitely not that. Well said, you will not do it anymore because something is happening that is changing everything. Einar, join Thorfinn, please. First of all, you have to help him regaining his land because Knut is coming. Yeah, I agree with this. Well, he was used to it. But someone is coming to get her free. That's that man we saw, right? Yes, you are. Mm, Sverker is not here. Ah, you care just because you're hungry. uh, oh no, something happened to him. Don't tell me. What did he think? Oh no, no, it's starting already. I am not ready. Oh my. Someone kidnapped him or killed him. Oh no. Oh no, he died. Oh no, no, please, he's going to die. Actually, he was saying he wants to die peacefully in that land. Can you imagine if he dies before Knuto arrives? Ah, Arnheide can cook pretty well. I think so. Well, she's the perfect woman here. I mean, they don't care about praying, no. But Jijan is better than Hebi. Eh? She wanted her to go here because she doesn't like her. And at the same time, she doesn't stay next to Katie because Katie is away. No, you should eat. Ah, that's the first time Thorfinn left. Come on, Gigi, eat please. Why do I think that that's the last time they laugh like this? It's too peaceful and too good to be true, in fact. He is hearing everything. Thorfinn, you agree with this, eh? Oh, oh. Is that the man we saw at the beginning? Okay, that's a him. Okay, that's a him. But who is that man? But then he wants to find a someone, and it's a woman. So, oh my, here he is. But he seems Einar with the long hair. Okay, later I'm going to tell you a few things, of course. Huh? Is there a woman? Oh, no. That's a him, okay. No, I thought it... No, no, he's waiting that you go over there. That's a trap, maybe. I don't think so. That's a trap. No, no, they are going to die, I think. Oh, oh. Oh my. Good luck. Ugh. They were all killed. But why do I think that he's searching for a Harnade? Who is a Harnade? And he definitely seems Einar with longer hair. I'm wondering. He feels something. Ah, no. Okay. Okay, Snake. No. He peed. Uh, Dark clouds. Mm. Yeah. I think he's his nephew. No. So I was wrong. I mean, he's just a worker. But the fact that he was calling Gigi, I thought that it was the nephew somehow. Uh-oh, I think it's going to rain soon. He's coming. He's coming to get her. Oh no. No, no. Here we go. He's searching for Harnaid. But why is he searching for her? Oh no. Garda. Oh my. Whoa. Oh no. Okay, guys, this episode surprised me once again because I thought that we could have seen Knuto's attack on the farm of Ketil, but it's not the proper moment to think about that yet. And as soon as the episode started, I thought, oh no, everything is set on fire, the things are going crazy, so now, unfortunately, Knuto's troops arrived and they are going to destroy everything. But I was surprised by the fact that it was not the time yet. There's these men, Gardar, who is Arnheid's husband. And he was a slave, of course. He was enslaved by these men who chained him and who treated these men so poorly, as much as it's said in the episode. But I'm wondering, is Gardar the man, the voice of the man we heard at the beginning of the first episode of this second season? The reason why I say this is because, if I am not wrong, I remember that painting that I saw in this episode, even in the first one. I don't know why I think something like this. Okay, right here down below, I will write you if I had the right connection or not. But I remember this voice saying, I carve these into my arm, I carve these into my skin. These repetition of I carve, I carve, I carve. And this language was Nordic. As I told you in the first reaction, it sounds as if it comes from Denmark, probably, or it comes from one of these northern countries. Let's pretend that that's Gardar, okay? Who is he? The way in which he was presented as a character reminded him of someone like King Arthur. I mean, do you remember when Askeladd was talking about King Arthur and his legacy, and you could see this a portrait of King Arthur riding a horse with this sword like that. Yeah, at the end of the episode it was like as if this character was presented as a legendary character, okay? Someone like a hero, one of the most important knights of history, okay? So I'm wondering, who's that man? Because okay that he is Arnheid's husband, but who are they? Why they became slaves? Because even Thorfinn became a slave, right? But Thorfinn comes from Thors, and Thors was a Viking. So I'm wondering, are they Vikings who were enslaved because of some circumstances happening, because of the King of England who wanted to conquer where they were living, or they were defeated in battle? I mean, we don't know, okay? Everything is so mysterious, and let me tell you honestly, I really think that even Arnheid's character is quite mysterious, because now I can probably understand the reason why she could understand Ketil so much. Because if she derives from a Vikings family, she knows what violence is. She knows how violence can create some disturbing things. She was the only one who could understand how Ketil was feeling for real. Who is she? Was she someone important in her tribe of Vikings? Was she an important member of an important family of Norse legendary royal family? I don't know, but I've always thought that Arnheid was not the usual slave, that she was pretty intelligent, she's smart, she knows several things. Okay, she's obedient, but at the same time, she gave me those vibes as if she wanted to reach freedom, but she knew that that was not supposed to be possible because her husband was a slave too, and because she thought that her life was supposed to be like that one right now. No change, nothing. She lost the hope maybe to see one day her husband coming and save her and let her be free. So that's why I think that when she was saying that she would have never been freed, now I understand why. And I also understand the fact that Ketil didn't want to get rid of her because of how comprehensive she was and how understandable Ketil's thoughts were by her and all these kind of things. I even understood the fact that Arnheid decided to talk more with Einar because her husband is like Einar, but the only difference is that he has long hair. That's it. She, unconsciously speaking, tried to recognize in Einar her husband. I mean, sometimes it happens that when you think that your husband is gone or that your husband dies, when you see someone resembling him, or he reminds me of my husband, so I feel more confident with that person, or I feel there is an attachment or something. And in fact, she was focusing more on Einar than Thorfinn. And she was praising Einar by saying that he was really kind. Was Arnheid a victim of her husband, or does she feel happy to see her husband back? We don't know. We needed to go on with the story. But she was running towards him. So if I'm scared and I don't want to be found, I try to hide myself from him, right? So I think that she's happy. She's shocked to see him alive and to see him riding a horse and escape. Run away, let's say. We needed to understand more about their background story. We needed to understand who they are, their importance in the story, in the course of the events that are happening sooner or later. Who were they? Where are they coming from? Why did they turn into slaves? What happened? Because do you remember, even the man who was supposed to be the master of Gardar, he was saying, oh, now I'm becoming your slave and you're the master. As if Gardar was already a master and then he turned into a slave because of something that happened before meeting these men. So this is so interesting, but I really want to go back to episode 1 to see if I'm right about that thing, because this is even more interesting. That painting, we could see a village, if I'm not wrong, and that village was attacked by someone. So if Gardar was the master of the village, or let's say the king of that tribe, that population, whatever, and Arnheid was like the queen, let's say, then this makes sense because that painting connects exactly to Gardar's feelings right now. He wants his revenge, and we could see how violent Gardar is. So that's why I'm saying, am I thinking that they are Vikings? At this point, yes, because he could defend himself pretty nicely, and he knows how to fight. So that's why I'm saying, if Arnheid is the wife of a Viking, it means that they know what Thorfinn experienced, but even what Einar experienced. Even if Einar didn't say anything to Arnheid about his private story, private life, I think Arnheid is someone important in here. We needed to go ahead with this. And on the other side, the mysterious character of Gardar, who is he? Yeah, I keep asking myself this, because at the end, when Arnheid is saying, Gardar, first of all, she says, I can't believe this. So she thought that he was dead, or she thought that they could have never met again. Or she thought that she would have never been able to see him again, because by knowing that he became a slave, probably she thought that something really scary happened to him. But as soon as she called his name, when he stopped, and this triumphal way to manifest himself, okay, yeah, that was too marvelous. That instance in which you see this horse and Gardar riding this horse in this position, like, yeah, a legendary character, surprised me, confused me, but even interested me. Yeah, I'm quite interested now about who he is and what's supposed to happen now. I don't know. We needed to reach episode 14 really soon, so stay tuned and keep on watching me. On the other hand, Sverkel is sick. I mean, he's getting old and his body is rejecting his will to stand up, and he doesn't know what to do anymore. We know his will to die in his farm rather than dying in bed, but now his body is not responding anymore, and he has to face the fact that he's getting older and he can't be as powerful as before. And for people who are always supposed to work and they don't even stop for a second, to suddenly stop and understand that nothing can go back as before, that's something shocking them. I understand Sverkel because he wants to stand up, he wants to be useful, he wants to work the land, to go ahead with the farm, the cultivation and whatever, but when the body is not responding anymore, you can't overcome these. You feel like in a cage, you feel trapped because your own body is not responding to what you really want to do. So I understand even this sort of frustration pretty well. And yeah, I only would like to see Sverkel dying, if he dies really soon, before Knuto comes, because try to imagine these. If Sverkel sees that his land is going to be destroyed, how is he going to die? Try to put yourself in his position. At this point, I prefer that he dies before Knuto comes, so that he can die peacefully. Even if now there is this Gardar that we don't know what he wants to do, but anyway, I really hope that Sverkel is dying before, so he will never have the impression to feel robbed by someone else. I mean, no one can steal his land. That's the last image that he will have before dying, that it's definitely better. Another interesting thing that I noticed is Thorfinn, because recently Thorfinn is so confused. I mean, after the awakening, the complete awakening, now he is struggling finding a response to his will. In fact, he is always confronting Einar about this. He always asks him what to do after they will be free, without knowing that Knuto is coming, because even that is a huge mess approaching. He is talking to himself and he is trying to say, oh, what am I going to do? And he always cares about Einar's position, because he doesn't know if Einar wants to stay in Ketil's farm, he doesn't know if he wants to go away from there, and if he wants to go away from there, where does he want to go, what does he want to do? So he's curious about Einar's moves, right? But at the same time, he's trying to dig inside himself more and more, and I noticed in this episode the interest that he has in the Bible, because while Sverkel can't move and he's lying on bed, he is hearing Snake reading the Bible for him, and Thorfinn put a ear over there to listen for the Bible too, in order to understand what the Bible says, and all these concept of love. Love your enemies instead of hate them. I mean, he's trying to work on himself more regarding this subject, and I think it's pretty useful, because little by little Thorfinn understands that after Einar, when he will be free, he needs to confront other people, and he needs to get ready for this. He needs to get ready to be in touch with someone else, to meet other people, to know more about them, to confront the people who don't like him, to confront the people who dislike what he does, to meet the people that are going to bullying him. I mean, he is going to start his new path, and it's like as if these farm episodes were like kindergarten. I mean, he was, I agree with Einar when he was saying that he's a grown baby, and he was trained in this farm about several things, but then it's the time to emit himself in society. It's like when you grow and become mature, and I mean, you are 18 years old and you start to be emitted in society, and from that moment on, things are changing you, and they are changing around yourself. So it's like, yeah, well, I told you this before already. It's like when you finish school and you graduate, but after the graduation, there's the entire life in front of you, right? Yeah, I saw this farm like a training camp, in which Thorfinn was pushing himself to reach some answers that he needed, and yeah. I don't know right now because Thorfinn is going to face Knut and this invasion, but there is even this Gardar that we don't know. Maybe he is a relative of Thorfinn. Because look, Arnheid somehow reminds me of Helga. I mean, she reminds me of Thorfinn's mom. She has the same blonde hair, same blue eyes. She has even the same facial expression of her. So I don't know who they are. Maybe they are connected to Thorfinn. Maybe we don't know. We needed to wait till Leif is coming. So many things. But at the end of the day, yeah, I can tell that these new character approaching them needs to be someone important. Otherwise, it was pointless. Even the fact that they were searching for him throughout all the episode, that this character was so mysterious, that he was pretty violent. I mean, he could fight for real, and Arnheid is his wife, so there should be something really important that has to be said. And at the same time, sorry, Einar, you have no chance. I mean, even if in this episode Thorfinn asked him, do you love Arnheid? I'm sorry, dear Einar, I love you so much, but Arnheid has a husband. So your expectations are fading away, all of them at this point. Talking about Einar for a few seconds, I really like the fact that he wanted to think about the fact of staying here in the farm or going away based on Arnheid's decisions. I mean, because of the fact that Arnheid is going to stay. And she will not be free because Ketil doesn't want her to go away. But at the same time, now that there is her husband, Ketil has to get rid of her anyway, I guess. It's all a mess. Now it's a turning point of the story and everything seems so messy. I hope that we can put everything in order here. Otherwise, we are going to see lots of crazy stuff coming. Last but not least, I also want to talk about Snake because, yeah, let me tell you honestly, I was making a huge mistake because by calling Sverkel Jijang, I thought that he was his nephew, or anyway, he was a relative. But he said that he's no one important to him, and once he dies, he's going to burn the book, I mean, the Bible. So, for sure, I made a mistake, but I could see anyway. Snake takes care of Sverkel. I mean, if Sverkel was not so important to him, he would have not taken care of him so dearly, because no matter the fact that Snake is rude, I think he's hiding something terrible that happened in his past, or he has a background story that we needed to discover. I mean, it's like Askeladd. We would have never imagined that Askeladd would have had such a background story that was changing our opinions about his character, right? I mean, he was always great as a character, but after we discovered his background story, we had a different opinion. So I wonder, what if we can change our initial impression of Snake by hearing his background story later? I really hope it happens, because usually in Vinland, all characters are well described, or we can get in touch with them personally speaking, except for some rare cases, but we understand the environment they were living in, from the beginning of their existence. So I want to know more about Snake, because anyway, he takes care of Sverkel. He is reading him the Bible, okay? He says that he feels tired, but then he is helping him to carry him and put him in bed once again. He is always there protecting him because he's afraid that the thieves are coming to destroy his land and whatever. He is always there because when it's about to eat, they are always there together, and he is spending time with the Jijang. So I think that between Sverkel and Snake there is something deep, but it's not revealed yet. Maybe when Sverkel dies we will see something changing or not, but I like that Einar was trying to understand these kind of things more and more. I forgot, last but not least, Thorfinn left. Wow. I mean, that was the first time to see him laughing after such a long time. And that was nice because actually Thorfinn could find his stability in this environment. I told you this already, but every time we see him eating the supper together with Sverkel and all the others, he finds himself protected in that environment, and it's like a peaceful routine that if it repeats itself, that's amazing, don't you think? So I like even the fact that Thorfinn is finding this equilibrium, but unfortunately, as we all know, life is unpredictable, life is changing things in a few seconds, and all these ups can turn into downs. And in fact, something terrible is coming. I like even when Thorfinn can feel these things, can understand that something is going to change, and he's always overthinking. Okay, he doesn't say anything, but the fact that we see that he is overthinking, we can understand already what's going on. And I really appreciate the way in which they describe this character, because while Thorfinn in the first season was pretty loud because he was always screaming out loud, and he was a teenager. Okay, the typical behavior, rebellious behavior of a teenager. Now that he became a man, he is quieter and he reflects more about what he is living. It's a typical behavior of a mature person. So the more he grows, the more his intensity is spreading out loud. And look, it's even laughable to think that he is listening to the Bible. I mean, if I wanted to connect myself with what I was telling you in the previous episode, he is listening to what the Bible says, while Knuto, who was always into it for a long period of time, for 17 years or less, he totally forgot about it. Between Thorfinn and Knuto, there is a sort of a cycle that every time it's like two poles that keep turning upside down and they never meet. Okay? They are doing the exact opposite of what they were doing in the first season. In the first season, Thorfinn didn't pray, Thorfinn didn't care. He was mocking Knut about his religion, he was mocking Knut about his behavior and whatsoever. Knut was really religious, Thorfinn didn't care. Here, everything is upside down. And it's so crazy to notice this. I keep thinking about the episode, so even if I say last but not least, it's not last but not least, because here everything is said without a schedule, without a list. Everything comes out from my heart. You know my style. So something unpredictable can happen even in episodes like these. But talking about the title of the episode, Dark Clouds, you could see that dark clouds were coming, and you know that when dark clouds are coming, usually it's not something good happening next. And in fact, we could see Gardar arrived, but at the same time, it's completely in contrast with what we saw while they were eating the supper with the Sverkel, where they were all laughing, they were all enjoying, and even Harnheid said, "I've never laughed like this before." So we needed to know more about her, but at the same time I like when in episodes like these you see the contrasts. You see that at the beginning of the episode there is something, and then at the end of the episode something is turning upside down, and vice versa. Even the tones of the color always precious, because you see that the night when they were all laughing, the moon was in the sky and it was a full moon, while now that Gardner approached, there are dark clouds and you can't see the moon, you can't see the sun, nothing. There's no time for light, now it's time for darkness. So as you can see, even in this second season we go up and then we go down, we go up and then we go down. So it's life. And now it's up to Thorfinn to get in touch with life and to know how to moderate himself, how to create this stability even inside his mind and not just with his actions. Guys, let's see what's going to happen next time with episode 14 of season 2 of Vinland Saga. In the meantime, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for appreciating my thoughts. As always, I send you a big kiss and see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. And thank you for supporting me with these. Bye. See you next time.